Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. This text, Aparokṣānubhūti, which is called a Prakarana Grantha, or let us say a treatise in Vedanta. A Prakarana means a chapter, So like a chapter of Vedanta, the whole Vedanta text is there, with a chapter, something that which highlights some aspect of the teaching. However, most of the texts are complete. They seem to tell us everything really. That being the case, they give us in brief the perception of the entire Vedanta. So also they explain, as I said, the technical terms that are normally used in Vedanta. In a way you may say that study of this kind of text becomes a good preparation, gives a background for studying the Upanishads. However, when we study these texts, we find that they refer to Upanishads, meaning that they quote many statements from Upanishads. I don't know whether you should study Upanishad to study this, or study this to Upanishad. It is, that means we have to, like our Swami used to say, if you want to study Bhagavad Gita, then you start from one verse, second verse, third verse. But then when can you completely understand a given verse? When you understand all the verses. Because every verse has, in some way or other, is related or connected with other verses also. Meaning that we can properly understand one verse, provided we know all the verses. And you can know all the verses provided you understand every verse. So there's like catch, there. So therefore you should go to someone who knows. That's where, of course, justification of going to a teacher who not only knows this text, but also should know all the various references that come from, not only Upanishads. There can be references from other scriptures also. And that way a teacher should be well versed. For attacking you need many weapons. For defending you may not need. But so, for being a student, you may not need everything. But for a teacher, a lot of things are needed. Then only you can connect everything and can give a clear idea, a clear understanding. So this Aparokṣānubhūti is said to be composed by Adi Shankaracharya, none other than the Shankaracharya. And the Sanskrit commentary that we handed over to you is written by Swami Vidyaranya. Swami Vidyaranya also is a very famous teacher of Vedanta, being the one who composed Panchadashi. So one of the highly respected teachers of Vedanta, Swami Vidyaranya. When someone like that writes a commentary, then the text also must be very respectable. So this is the commentary of Deepika by Swami Vidyaranya. અહીં બેસો. Oh. And you said the subject matter here is the self, which is aparokṣa or immediate. And the text begins with a prayer, what we call Mangalacharanam. The customary always to begin any auspicious task with a prayer. Mangalacharanam, an auspicious introduction in the form of a prayer. Becomes also introduction, becomes prayer. And therefore, these writers make use of this one verse of prayer also to convey many more things than just the prayer. So, we will see here this prayer. Now the prayer, the Mangalacharanam also, are of three kinds. One is Ishtadevata Namaskar. So salutation to Ishtadevata, personal God or your God of choice. Ishtadevata, the chosen deity. So view this concept of Ishtadevata. My chosen deity. Among a whole vast array of choice that we have. So you have a chosen deity. One for whom you have reverence or devotion, and therefore whom you worship, that becomes the chosen deity. So it can be Sri Krishna, Rama, Shiva, anybody. So Ishtadevata Namaskaratmakam, of the nature of Namaskara, salutation to Ishtadevata, Ishvara of course, but in that particular form. The one who is worshipped is always Ishvara. But in a given form you worship, which form is conducive to invoke in you the devotion for Ishvara. What is most important in worship is devotion. The reason why we have so many devatas, Ishtadevatas, is because different people have different dispositions and different choices. And therefore, one deity, devata may appeal to somebody, some other devata may appeal to somebody else. Inasmuch as the vast array of people with different choices, with different emotional makeup, therefore people's choices are different. What appeals to them may be different. Therefore we have a vast choices, vast array of different deities, each having his or her own characteristic. They are all Ishvara, but highlighting some aspect of Ishvara in particular. Like Lord Krishna would highlight the love and the joy aspect of Ishvara. Lord Rama would highlight the truth and dharma, the righteousness. And thus different Lord Shiva highlights the renunciation, the non-attachment, renunciation, knowledge. So, different people, different devatas appeal to different people. And so, therefore one of them becomes your chosen deity. And Namaskaratmakam. So, salutation to Ishtadevata or the deity of your choice. Or Tattvanusandhanatmakam, meaning that sometimes the prayer is in the form of anusandhana, meditation, deliberation, or aiming the tattva, the truth. like Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. So that verse simply describes that everything is Purnam, everything is complete, everything is whole. Whole is the nature of Tattva, the truth. So when you utter that verse as a prayer verse, there is in the mind Anusandhanam, a meditation upon that Tattva or the truth which is Purnam. So sometimes the Mangalacharanam or the prayer is of that nature. Sometimes Ashirvadatmakam, nature of benediction or blessing is given sometimes, so that also can be prayer. So here, Ishta Paradevata Anusandhan Laksham Mangalam. Here Adi Shankaracharya, who is the author of this text, the Tikakara says, Tatra Acharyaha, in the very first line, Ishta Paradevata Anusandhan Laksham Mangalam. The author Adi Shankaracharya, Acharyaha, in plural. The teachers, so that plural is for reverence. So the teachers, although there is only one teacher, Ishta Paradevata, the supreme deity, that is Ishta, the chosen deity. Anusandhana Lakshanam, meaning that this Mangalacharan of the prayer is of the nature of Anusandhanam, the remembrance, the deliberation, meditation upon one's own chosen deity, who is none other than Ishvara, of course. So what for this is done? Why do you begin an auspicious endeavor with a prayer? Nirvigna Grantha Samaptaye, for removing possible obstacles. So there Shreyamsi Bahu Vignana. This is whenever you begin something auspicious, there are likely to be many obstacles. Therefore, even in composing this text also, obstacles can be there. So that shows the humility of the teacher, Acharya. He also accepts that there can be obstacles in what I am doing. Even though he is a wise person, he is liberated. Adi Shankaracharya being what he was, himself is said to be the incarnation of Lord Shiva, and still begins this endeavor with a prayer. Either because he desires removal of obstacles, also Shishya Shikshaye, to set up a tradition. Because the Lord Krishna says, Yadyadacharati Shrestha, whatever a leader does, whatever a respected person does, other people automatically follow. So when someone like Shankaracharya begins with prayer, then you and I will definitely do that also. So, Shishya Shikshai, for Shiksha, for teaching or educating also the disciples, and setting up a tradition that one should begin one's endeavor with a prayer. So this is the first verses of the nature of prayer. So let us read that. Shri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaramishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyaham. So he is Ishta Devata of Swami Vidyaranya, or Shankaracharya, Shri Harim of the writer. So Shri Hari, Hari means Lord Vishnu, or Harati the Hari, one who removes Hardi Papani, Hardi Dukkhani, Hardi Ajnanam Tatkaryam. So one who removes the suffering of the devotees, one who removes all the papa or the the sins of the devotees, one removes the ignorance of the devotees. Meaning that ultimately we pray to the Lord who is our own self. Because it is said that the self is to reveal himself in its true form. Right now it is revealing all right, as a jiva, as a limited being. Same self should reveal himself as Brahman, as limitless. Therefore, we need also the grace of the self. We always need the grace. Whenever we want knowledge, we always need the grace of what we want to know. Something strikes, something clicks, then you understand. So how did that understanding come? You were thinking about something, deliberate upon that, and all of a sudden then the answer comes, a clarity comes. How does it come? Is it I who is the author of that knowledge or clarity? Or is that clarity given to me? You can say either way. But then a devotee would say that that clarity or the knowledge is given to me by Ishvara. The Ishvara is of the nature of knowledge. And therefore, whenever any knowledge takes place, even any knowledge in the day-to-day life takes place, you can say that Ishvara reveals himself in the form of that knowledge. Thus we need the grace of Ishvara. We need all grace. We need the grace of Ishvara, we need the grace of teacher, grace of scriptures, grace of the self. Ishvara Krupa, grace of Ishvara, Shastra Krupa, Guru Krupa, grace of teacher, Shastra Krupa, grace of scriptures, Atma Krupa, grace of the very self. All Krupa or grace we need for these things to work. Therefore prayer. The grace comes by prayer. We seek the grace. Lord, please bless me. Seeking the blessing. Shri Harim. And therefore, the author here remembers Shri Harim. Hari. Hari means Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana, whose nature it is to remove. Like our Swami's story, you know. The Swami heard this mantra. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So just remember, this is each one of them is a Sambodhanam. Hare Rama, He Hari, He Rama, Rama Rama, He Rama, He Rama, Hare Hare, He Hari, He Hari. Hare Krishna, He Hari, He Krishna. Krishna Krishna, He Krishna, He Krishna. Hare Hare, He Hari, He Hari. What is this? So, in this mantra, we are just addressing He Hari, He Rama, He Krishna. Normally, you always make a prayer. Please, please do this for me. Normally, when you utter a mantra, either there is a namaskara or prayer. There is nothing here. It's a very peculiar mantra. Swami was wondering, he said, what's the purpose of this mantra? Because there is no prayer involved here. There is no salutation involved here. Om Namah Shivaya. Some salutation is involved. I was thinking. Says once I was traveling from Madras those days to Delhi, someplace. In between, at 4 o'clock in the morning, some railway, the station comes. Chai wala, chai wala, chai wala. You stretch out your tumbler, you pour the tea. No other communication takes place there. All you do is just stretch out your hand with tumbler, that full of pours chai. Say, that's how it is. Hey chai wala, he comes. That's all. And then what do? He pours the tea without any further instruction or without any further communication. Hey Hari, you call him. He does his chai. What will chai wala do? He'll give you chai. So what will Hari do? He will do what is accustomed to, what is nature does. Hari, Harati. The one removes all the sins, removes all this sorrow. So we don't need to tell him anything, because that is his job, that is his nature. The nature will work. I mean, hey, fire, what will fire do? It will burn, or cook. You don't have to instruct him. So because nature doesn't require instruction. It's the nature of Hari to remove your... So I want my ignorance to be removed. So, Ajnana tat karyani harati, the one who removes ignorance and all the products of ignorance, that's Hari. Shri Harim, along with Shri. Here Shri would stand for Brahma Vidya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Shri means Lakshmi actually. But Lakshmi always goes with Hari, with Narayana. Shri Harim. But then, Lakshmi is wealth. And real wealth is nothing but knowledge. So Shri here means what? Brahma. The real wealth is Brahma Vidya. So Hari, who is endowed with so we are invoking Hari with Brahma Vidya. Hari can be invoked in many ways. Hari, the Lord, is creator, sustainer, dissolver, omniscient, omnipotent, and all kinds of things. And so you can invoke him for protecting you from this difficulty, that. But here what? Shri Hari. Meaning that we are invoking Hari with Brahma Vidya. Who is Hari? Paramanandam. Nature of Ananda and Parama Ananda. Ananda means happiness. And since this happiness is a word that is used in a day-to-day, communication, there one adjective is given, Parama Ananda. What is Parama? Parama means that which is beyond the limitation of space, time and condition. So Parama. Desha, Kala, Vastu, Paricheda Shunyam. Parama means that not confined to a place, not confined to a time, not confined to a situation. Meaning that which is there in all the places, at all the places, at all the times, and all situations. So what Ananda you want? You don't know Ananda is confined to a given time, or a given place, or a given situation. That are happy in the morning, but miserable in the evening. We don't want that. I'm happy at home, but miserable outside. You don't want that also. Happy when I'm with you and not otherwise. That also you don't want. So what you want is not only Ananda, but Parama-Ananda, the limitless happiness. Limitations being limitation in time, limitation in place, and limitation in situation. We do not want that our Ananda or happiness be confined or restricted, we want unconditional happiness. And so this Ananda is qualified by Parama, unconditional happiness. Because happiness that we normally experience is always conditional. When we satisfy some condition, then happiness is possible. So, excellent food, all right, but condition in my stomach should be in order. My teeth should be in place. My mind should not have all kinds of ulcers, things like that. So we take it for granted, but all these conditions are there for even to enjoy food. Because when ulcers come, then Swami, I can't eat this. My stomach is not right. I can't eat this paratha. How any enjoyment always requires satisfaction of a variety of conditions. Meaning that whatever kind of happiness that I experience, always conditional happiness. We settle for that because we don't know any better. We are not content with it. We are not satisfied with it, what we get. But that's all we know we get, never we live with it. Our desire is what? Our desire is to have happiness which is free from all conditions. I should be able to enjoy it. Whether ulcers in my mouth, stomach ache is there, headache is there, some desirable thing is there or not, on any conditions. Is it possible ever to have happiness which is not unconditional? That I may be lying down, I may be sick, I may be healthy, walking, talking, with friends, with enemies, with anywhere. Is it possible? to have happiness at all the places, all the times, in all conditions is possible? Can there be anything like that? Can there be any happiness? Is it there? Can it be there? Yes? Where is it? Where is it? The only thing that is there at all the times, all the places, all conditions is what? The self. So only when happiness comes from the self, that can be parama, otherwise it cannot be. Anything that comes from non-self cannot be, it also aparama, meaning all conditional. But duality is involved. The experiencer and experienced, the duality is involved. Happiness comes when the duality is merged. In one flame of happiness, the duality between the experience and experience, when the duality merges. But then, so the duality being there, you need to do something for that duality in one flame of experience. Something has to happen. Some condition has to happen. The moment that condition changes, the duality comes back, I'm back to where I was. So this Paramananda can only be when there is no duality. Is it not so? No duality of experiencer and experience. When can it be? Only when it is myself. This morning we said. So Paramananda has to be of the nature of self. Otherwise it cannot be Parama. Parama has to be self. The limitless has to be, because everything is limited. Everything that we experience, everything that we perceive, everything that we see is all limited. Everything in the universe is created and so is perishable. However great it is, however long lasting it is, someday it will perish. There is only one thing that is not created. What is it? The self. The consciousness. So it will be called, therefore, Paramana, Sri Harim, therefore really speaking, even when the writer, the author, or the poet, whatever you want to call him, is saluting Sri Hari, when he says Sri Hari is Paramananda, then that Sri Hari is none other than his own self, Paramanandam. Upadeshtaram is also remembered as teacher. So this happens to be salutation both to Ishvara as well as Guru. Because grace of Ishvara also is required, grace of Guru also is required. Grace of self also is required. So Upadeshtaram. Upadeshta means what? The teacher. So Upadesha means teaching. Upadeshta means the teacher. Who is the teacher? Sri Harim Upadeshtaram. Sri Hari is the teacher. Meaning that the author here does not see the difference between Sri Hari and the teacher. He sees Sri Hari in the very teacher. So Paramananda meaning he sees Sri Hari in the self. Upadeshtaram, he sees Sri Hari in the teacher. Ishvaro Guru Atmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine. Ishvara, Guru and Atma. One Dakshinamurti, one Ishvara or one self alone is in all the three forms. So Upadeshtaram. So I salute Sri Hari who is in the form of my teacher. Ishwaram is Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? So Ish means to rule. Ishvara means one whose nature it is to rule, the ruler. The Ishvara is further described. Vyapakam sarvalokanam karanam tam namamyaham. Sarvalokanam karanam. Karanam the cause. Sarvalokanam of all the worlds. One who is the cause of the universe. But then we know that when any creation takes place, there are two causes. Which are the two causes? The nimitta karanam, or the efficient cause, intelligent cause. Other is the upadana karanam, the material cause. So creating a pot, you require a potter, pot maker, which is the nimitta karanam, the efficient cause. Other is the clay, which is the upadana karanam. But here is the karanam. So actually causes are two. Then he should have used the dual, isn't it? But here karanam is what? Singular. So which karanam is saluting? When here the author says karanam tam namamyaham, that karanam, sarvalokanam karanam, the cause of the entire universe, tam namamyaham, I salute him. So, which cause he is saluting? Meaning that he does not see two causes. Normally there are two causes, nimitta karanam, upadana karanam, which are always different from each other. Nimitta karanam is intelligent cause. Intelligence always is centered upon a conscious being. Therefore, nimitta karanam, the creator must be an intelligent being. The upadana karanam is like a clay, is always inert. Therefore, an intelligent being, such as a pot maker, takes the clay, which is matter, and forms it and shapes it to create a product. So that's the usual setup, where an intelligent being, such as a pot maker, who has the knowledge of the pot, who has the skills of making the pot, that one. So he must have the knowledge, must have the power, so jnana must be there, shakti must be there. He also must have other help, such as a wheel, etc., for creating a pot. All of that is included in the nimitta karanam. See, nimitta karanam, the term includes not only pot maker, also includes the potter's wheel and a stick which he may have, and then he has a thread to cut it. All of this is part of the nimitta karanam. Some other nimittas are also there. The question is, why does the pot maker make a pot of this size, a given size? Why? Because he hopes that it will be bought by a client. Meaning that he makes a pot as desired by a client. Is it not so? Or he will make something which nobody will buy, that won't work. So somebody has asked him to make a pot like that. So somebody's desire is there, somebody's karma is there, so that karma, all of these are in part of nimitta karanam. But anyway, whatever it is, nimitta karanam includes a lot of things. Other is the upadana karanam, which is the clay. So normally these are two different because one is sentient, other is insentient. Nimitta karanam, efficient cause is sentient, upadana karanam is insentient. But here, sarvalokanam, when it comes to creation of all the worlds, creation of the universe, cause is one. So please tell me, the creator of the universe is a sentient being or insentient being? If he is a sentient being, like a pot maker, is conscious being, then where does he get the matter from? Because you require matter to create. Now he is a conscious being, where does he get the matter from? Where does he get it from? From himself? But where does he get his consciousness? Where is matter? His consciousness himself, where does he get matter? The matter for creating, where does it come from? From himself? But he's conscious being. Where does he get it? There's no matter in consciousness. Is there? No. Huh? Changes. Apparent cause. Means there is no matter. That's what it means, If all there is conscious, there is no matter. What do you mean there is no matter? We experience it everywhere. It's there and still not there. What is it? It is projection. So only way that cause can be won is if what is created is a projection. In real creation, it cannot happen that the creator and the matter are the same, the two causes are the same. It cannot be. In the real creation, cannot be. But here, they are one because creation does not require any matter. It's just projection. And so, this itself shows when Lord Krishna says, Mattah paratmam nanyat kinchirasya dhananjaya this none other than me. Means what? Everything else is dismissed. All is there is I. But what about this? That is only I. Where are you? Is all projected. Where the creation is projection, then only the efficient and material causes can be won. Because no real matter. All there is consciousness. So therefore, sarlokanam karanam tam namamyam, to that Ishvara, to that Sri Hari, to that ruler. Because as far as the Vyavahara is concerned, as far as the transactional world is concerned, there is creation. And the creator is Sri Hari or Ishvara. And the creator must have the knowledge of what is to be created. He must have the power of what is to be created. So the efficient cause must have the knowledge and Shakti, the power. And over the material cause. Material cause pervades the effect. So when we buy this pot, the pot maker doesn't come visit. We don't need him, thank God. Our home there will be pot makers and there are tailors and there are carpenters, all kinds of fellows will be there. But thank God that the Nimitta Karanam, the creator, is not part of the creation. Is tatastha, he remains away. But the material has to come. Without material there cannot be thing. So Swami says, imagine a shirt without some material. Imagine a shirt. So cloth, okay, or any other kind of fabric is not there. Alright, somebody can even make a shirt out of newspaper, This is avara. Some material must be there. There cannot be shirt without material. Cannot be product. So matter must come. The upadana karanam, the material cause must come with the effect. So wherever the effect is, there the material cause is. Ishvara is material cause. Then as material cause, he pervades the effect. The whole universe is the effect. Then Ishvara is pervaded in the whole universe. He is not so vyapakam. He is what? All pervading. Swami, if Ishvara is all pervading, where is he? Do we experience Ishvara? It's all pervasive. So when you experience a part, would you not experience the clay also? The material cause must go with the effect. So when you perform, when you experience the part, you also experience the clay, is it not so? When you touch the pot, you are touching the clay. The weight of the pot is weight of the clay. Smell of the pot is smell of the clay. So if the whole world is Parvada Ishvara, then I am touching Ishvara, is it not so? Where is Ishvara? I don't experience Ishvara. So this is a different kind of situation. This is a different kind of a material cause. Ishvara is no doubt the nimitta karana, efficient cause, as well as material cause. But a different kind of material cause, a kind different from what we are familiar with. We are familiar with material cause such as clay. Ishvara is not a material cause like clay is for a pot. Because clay gets transformed to become pot. Then clay no more remains in its original form. If Ishvara transforms himself as a universe, that must be all kites. If Ishvara, like clay, transforming itself into pots and pans, no more retains its original shape. So also, if Ishvara has transformed himself as a universe, for Ishvara to be the material cause, for being the material cause, if Ishvara needs to transform himself as this universe of names and forms, there is no Ishvara left, is it not so? There is no more clay left because it become all these pots and pans. So how can there be? So Ishvara has to be a material cause where everything is created and it still remains intact, So material cause remaining intact, the effect is created. How about that? Normally, material cause doesn't remain intact. It gets spent away. We can't have Ishvara who is spent away, then who will we worship? Ishvara is the goal of our life, there is no goal left, no moksha. Ishvara should remain intact as Ishvara and still be the material cause, there is no duality. Sadeva Swami idam agrat ekameva advitiyam advitiyam, there is no duality. So non-duality also is there. Ishvara is the efficient cause as well as material cause. At the same time, there cannot be transformation because Ishvara got transformed in the universe and no Ishvara is left. So Ishvara, without being transformed, remaining intact, must be the material cause of the universe. So what kind of a cause is that? What's the word for that? Tu besna lakkal. It's all showing off your knowledge. You don't have to do that. Then there are two kinds of material cause. Like the clay is for the pot, and like Ishvara is for the universe. So this is parinami upadana karanam. The clay undergoes parinama or transformation to become the effect. Other is what? Vivarta upadana karanam. But the cause, without undergoing any change, creates the effect. Is there an example for that? For this kind of a creation, do you have an example? Which is that? I should hear that. Dream. Oh, okay. What else? Spider? I don't know. What is it? The rope snake. That's the example. The rope creates the snake without undergoing any transformation. The rope, remaining rope. Swaswarupa aparitya, meaning without giving it swarupa, it becomes a snake. Does it become the snake? It appears as a snake. Therefore, for this kind of creation has to be what? Appearance. It cannot be. It shows one karan, shows all of this, For Ishvara to be the efficient as well as the material cause, the creation must be what? Only appearance, projection. They have a consciousness without getting, because it can't transform it, conscious is changeless. Ishvara as consciousness is incompetent, to become material cause, really. It doesn't have what it takes to produce. Ishvara doesn't have what it takes to produce. And still is to produce means what? It's just an appearance and not a reality. So Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Brahma the cause is Satyam, the true, real. The creation of name and form is what? Mithya is an appearance. Vyapakam Sarul, then still, he being the material cause, he must pervade everything. Ishvara being the material cause must pervade the effect, the universe. How does he pervade? He must pervade the whole universe. How does he pervade? As Asti, Bhati, Priyam. In every name and form there is Asti, then this part is Asti. Part shines, Bhati. Part is useful. The word dear, Priyam. So also the clock shines, clock is dear because it is useful. What is it? Dear is useful is dear. Everything is useful to somebody in some situation. So if it is potential of being dear, a source of happiness. So Asti, Bhati, Priyam. The whole universe of names and forms is pervaded by Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Is it not so? Vyapakam. In this manner, Vyapakam, not that you stretch out in imagination, pervades. So, here the pervasiveness, the idea of the pervasiveness itself is transcended because it's not pervading in terms of space. It's pervading in terms of being free from the idea of space. So Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam. He is Upadeshtaram, he is the very teacher. So look how Ishvara is embodiment of grace. That he undergoes all the trouble to become it. Why should he come in the form of a teacher? He is there in Vaikuntha, he is enjoying himself. Why do you have to come down here? Why do you take incarnation? And come in and go 14 years of exile in forest. Why do you have to go all this stuff? Why does he deliberately undertake all this trouble? Why does mother do all these things? I don't know. Little child, why does she keep awake? This fellow is crying and why does she keep awake? He wets the bed and then she puts little child in the dry and she sleeps in the wet part. Why? Just out of love. That's the definition of love. Where there is always sacrifice involved. There is no love without sacrifice. Ishvara also is sacrifice. He can't remain and have everything to himself, everything as he wants. No. He also has to become an ordinary human being and then go through whatever trials and tribulations are there. Upadeshtaram. That Hari or Ishvara is my teacher. With how graciously, it is His grace that He comes before me as my teacher. There is no other way that I can ever know. So unless Ishvara Kripa is there, He comes as Guru, Guru Kripa is also there, and then only Shastra Kripa comes because He unfolds the scriptures. That's how Atma is, that's how Atma Kripa comes. So Sri Harim, Paramanandam, Upadeshtaram, Ishwaram, Vyapakam, Sarvalokanam, Karanam, Tam Namamyam, Tam. Tam is Prasiddham, this is well known. To that Ishvara, Namamyam, I salute. I offer my salutations, prostrations to Ishvara, the Guru of that nature. When someone like Shankaracharya says Namamyam, how would that be? When someone like Shankaracharya says Namamyam, Namami, Namaskaromi, Svatmatvena, Anusandadhami ityartha. So what is the ultimate of salutation? Ultimate of prostration? What is Namanam? Prostration or salutation, what it symbolizes? Symbolizes my spirit of surrender. In that surrender, that is total trust. That is, the surrender always involves what? A trust. So I surrender, Namami, I salute. I surrender because I have the total trust that I'm protected here, I'll be taken care of here, I'm protected here. So you don't do, our Swami says, don't surrender to anybody, It's a risky thing. You can be taken advantage of when you just surrender like that. So surrender also should only take place to a worthy being. Who can be worthier than Sri Hari in the form that my teacher? To that Sri Hari, Namami, I salute. What is the ultimate limit of salutation? In algebra there is a limit. What is the ultimate limit of salutation? Where even the duality of a saluter and saluted does not remain. That's ultimate in salute because it's surrender. What is surrender? I surrender my ego. Surrender myself. Means what? The ego becomes what? Subtler and subtler. Ultimately, the ego dissolves completely. So for someone like Shankaracharya, even salutation also is nothing but of the nature of knowledge. To know Sri Hari, the teacher, as my own self. So when he salutes everybody. Sri Hari also is saluted. Ishvara also is saluted. Teacher also is saluted. Self also is saluted because ultimately what remains is self. Kartam namamyam. To that Sri Hari, aham namami, I salute. So having done that Mangalacharan, now the author proceeds. Idanim prekshavat pravruttaye. So just because you've written a book doesn't mean that people will read it. Just because you write something doesn't mean that people read it. Usually there is a preface. Should be. Before every book there is a preface. A foreword or preface is there. And that preface, usually if it is well written, will be something that gives you an overview of what this book contains, what are you going to read. The preface usually contains what the book is going to have. What's the subject matter? And what's the benefit of reading this? In any little introduction also you give, then you always tell, even when we write a little blurb, on the fourth page as we call it, the end of the book, there also in that little thing you give the subject matter. Also tell what will be the result of what do you expect after reading this book. Then only people will, even that little booklet also, put it back away. So any intelligent person should do that. Before buying, let me see what does it say. Okay, this talks about the subject matter I'm interested in. Secondly, the subject matter can be such that it's beyond me, The subject matter is there, okay. Some, particle physics and stuff like that. All I know are the words, nothing more than that. Then also I'll put aside. Meaning that topic must be such that it should apply to me. I should have the qualification to be able to benefit from that. Otherwise, we don't read everything that comes to us, or everything that's in library, or you bookstore, you go and you don't buy every book. So you buy the book of a subject with astrology, astronomy, yoga, all kinds of things are there. So you buy the book of the subject matter in which you are interested. And then also they're meant for, there's some advanced yoga. I mean, our astrology camps also are different, advanced astrology camp, a beginner astrology camp, advanced this camp. When I hardly know the spelling of astrology, I'm not going to go to advanced astrology camp, And so, you have to know that, we have to make sure that this will benefit me. So we read something or study something, number one, in which we are interested. Number two, where we think that we will be able to understand and benefit from that. And number three, the benefit that comes also must be meaningful to me. Otherwise, with this thing now you'll qualify to get a lottery ticket or something. I'm not interested. So what I'm saying is that the benefit that comes also should be relevant to me. So subject matter, whether I'm qualified to study, after studying also, what do I gain out of that? And fourthly, so there is the study on one hand, and the gain or the result in the other hand. Between the study and the result, what is involved in that? For example, the tourism department will send you, some information about Orissa and things, Odisha. Wonderful. So you read, I'm interested, I think I have money to travel, everything is there. But then what? Merely knowing about Odisha is not enough, I must travel. Some karma is involved. So between knowledge is knowing this book and result that I want to see a certain monument or go to visit certain temple, some link is involved, karma is involved. So sambandha. What is sambandha, relationship between the knowledge and the ultimate benefit that I want? That also should be clear to me. Whether I'm ready to do, you have to go to Kashmir? No, I don't do that. So I like Kashmir, I like what they say, everything, but travel into Kashmir, I can't do that. For example, this Kailas, Kailas Mansarovar, very, very wonderful. They'll give a video and all sorts of things. And don't tell me, Swami, when are you going to Kailas? Don't tell me, don't ask me why. I'm not ready to take any exertion and stuff. So that's why I just resign. Meaning that connects, sambandha that is required. To know about Kailasa and then to see Kailasa, a lot of things are involved. That's sambandha, which may also discourage me or encourage me, whatever the case is. That means that these four things have to be known. It's called Anubandha Chatushtaya. Chatushtaya means a group of four, Anubandha. Anu means paschat. Bandha means that which binds you. So that which binds you with the book, meaning that which prompts you to study the book, is called Anubandha Chatushtaya. So then every intelligent person should always provide us this. Before you listen to a talk, also they announce what the topic is. Usually that's how it should be. Then you decide whether you want to go or not. And then what kind of lecture? Is it political lecture? Is this lecture, that lecture? The medical thing, something, physics, whatever. So then you decide whether you want. So all these four things are usually known. Suppose you understand Paribha, what is the big deal about lesson? So even if I don't know this physics, so what? I'm not interested because it doesn't do anything to me. Ultimately, our interest is always in ourselves, not in anything else. And therefore, doing any activity, including study also, if it relates to me and benefits me, then only I will do that, otherwise I won't do. That is what the teacher has to do. The teacher has to establish that connection between the student and the benefit that comes from this learning. Then only anybody will be motivated, because people are motivated only by self-benefit, by nothing else. So students get bored easily. Geography, I'm not interested in geography. I'm not interested in this social science because I don't see any connection. History, we gave up. Took the subject option, history, geography, because not interesting. Doesn't relate to me. Baba Akbar, who cares for them, And some mountains are there, rivers are there, let them be there. But what is the job of the teacher? The teacher should be able to make me see that studying this is going to create a personal benefit to you. Meaning history must be connected to I, and geography connected to I, or anything connected to I. Because I am interested in myself, then that thing will become of interest to me, not otherwise. So that is what every author should do. These fourfold factors, they will bind me. So that's why will connect me with the text called Anubandha Chatushtayam. Is also to be given. The next verse will do that. Let us read that verse. Aparokṣānubhūtirvai Prochyate moksha siddhaye Sadbhireva prayatnena Vikshaniya muhurmuhu. So this is the verse which gives us the Anubandha Chatushtaya. We'll see it in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So we'll request a few more minutes of